So at the time, I had just moved to a new city for work. It was my first time truly on my own, no roommates, no family nearby. I found a small studio apartment in a decent area, third floor of a slightly rundown building. But it was affordable and close to work. The place itself was fine, but there was always something just off. You know that feeling? Not haunted or anything, just like you're being watched sometimes. I brushed it off. I figured it was just nerves or adjusting to a new place. Anyway, about 3 weeks after I moved in, I started noticing weird little things. Nothing dramatic, just subtle stuff that could easily be explained. Like, I'd leave a glass on the counter, and when I came home from work, it would be in the sink. Or the bathroom light would be on when I knew I turned it off. Once, I came home and the closet door was slightly open. I never leave it open. Still, I told myself I was probably just forgetful or tired. I even wondered if maybe the maintenance guy had come in when I wasn't home. Then one night, I woke up around 3 a.m. I'm not sure what woke me. Maybe a sound. Maybe just a weird dream. But I remember laying there in the dark and hearing breathing. Not mine. Not outside. It was close. I froze. I thought maybe I was just groggy or paranoid, but I was wide awake. And then I heard it. A soft creak, like someone shifting their weight. Inside my apartment. I reached for my phone, but I'd left it on the kitchen counter. Typical. So I stayed completely still. Eventually, I must have passed out from fear or exhaustion. Because next thing I knew, it was morning. I got up, heart still pounding, and checked every inch of the place. Closet, under the bed, even the cabinets. Nothing. But here's where it gets worse. About a week later, I stayed late at work. I got home around midnight, went straight to bed. And again, around 3 a.m., I woke up to that same feeling. That heaviness. Like I wasn't alone. But this time, I heard something different. Breathing again, yes. But also whispering. Just a single word. Shoo. I sat up. My heart was pounding so hard I thought I might throw up. I slowly reached for my phone this time. It was on the nightstand. I turned on the flashlight and swept the room. No one. Nothing. But the closet door was wide open. I called the cops. They searched the place, found no one. I filed a report, but there wasn't much they could do. No signs of forced entry. They said maybe I left the door unlocked. Maybe it was a dream, stress, etc. I didn't sleep at home that night. I stayed at a coworker's place. When I came back the next morning, there was a note taped to the inside of my closet door. One piece of notebook paper, written in all caps. You shouldn't have called them. I moved out that day, left half my stuff behind. I didn't care. To this day, I have no idea who it was, how they got in, or how long they'd been watching me. But I still check every closet, every night. Have you ever noticed someone following you? But only at red lights? I was driving home from work, late, about 11 p.m. I noticed a white van behind me. Nothing weird at first, until I turned onto a back road, and so did it. I slowed down. It slowed down too. So I took a random turn. And another. It stayed right behind me. But every time I stopped at a red light, the van would stop exactly 2 cars behind. Never closer. Then, after 5 or 6 turns, I pulled into a gas station. Stayed in the car. The van drove past. I waited a few minutes before heading home. But when I pulled into my driveway, I noticed something taped to my front door. A photo of my car. From behind. Taken from 2 cars back. Have you ever found something in your house that you definitely didn't put there? A few months ago, I started finding weird things in my apartment. A coffee mug on the wrong counter. A chair slightly pulled out. A window unlocked when I always lock them. I thought I was just tired. Distracted. Then one night, I woke up and found my front door wide open. Nothing missing. No signs of a break-in. I changed the locks. Installed a camera. Days went by. Everything was normal. Until one night, when I checked the footage. 2:47 a.m. A figure standing in the middle of my living room. Just standing. Watching my bedroom door. They stayed there for 2 hours. And the scariest part? I never heard a thing. Have you ever come home and felt like someone had been there? I live alone in a small city apartment on the 5th floor. One night, I came home after a late shift. As soon as I stepped inside, I noticed the cold. I walked into my bedroom, and my window was wide open. It made no sense. I never leave it unlocked, let alone open, especially not 5 floors up. I tried telling myself I must have forgotten, but then I found a footprint on the window ledge. I called the building manager and asked to check the security cameras. What we saw still haunts me. Around 1:30 a.m., a man climbed the fire escape. He tried windows, one by one. Mine was the only one unlocked. He opened it, slipped inside, and for almost 2 hours, he just stood there, watching my front door, waiting for me to come home. Have you ever heard your name when no one should be there? It was late, and I was home alone, scrolling on my phone. I heard it, faint, from the hallway. My name. I froze. I muted my phone. Silence. Then, again, whispered, closer this time. Come here. I wanted to believe it was my imagination. But my dog heard it too. He stood by the bedroom door, growling low. I called the police. They searched the house, hidden behind the living room couch. They found muddy footprints, leading to an open back door. I never heard them leave, but they were in my house, whispering my name. So, I was working late one night, and I parked in this underground garage near my office. It's not the nicest, poor lighting, echoey as hell, and almost always empty by the time I leave. Anyway, I was walking to my car, and I started to get that feeling, like someone's watching you. I looked around, didn't see anyone, but I picked up my pace. As I got to my car and unlocked it, I heard a voice. Just, excuse me. I turned, and there was this man standing by one of the pillars. Mid-30s maybe, plain clothes, no car nearby. He asked if I could help him jump his car, but something about him felt off. He didn't seem frustrated or embarrassed, just very calm. Too calm. I told him I didn't have cables and got in my car. As I backed out, I watched him in the mirror. He didn't look for another car, didn't call anyone. He just stood there and smiled.